Okay, when you go back and watch the film of a game like that one, what kind of stands out to you about the offensive performance, you guys?
That when we get everything clicking and rolling, it's really hard for us to stop. It's really hard to stop us. And when we get down the red zone, if we just continue to run the ball down there, we could be very successful.
You look and see a couple of drives where you have penalty or negative plays. I mean, how frustrating is that for you guys to watch that week after week continue to be the problem?
It's very frustrating because those little things that happen, like such jumping off sides, stuff like that can hurt you in the fourth quarter. That could really hurt you bad, and that could be the game decider. Who wins and who loses.
How hard is it for all you guys to kind of stay positive at this point?
This. I feel like stepping as a leader, help to keep guys up. That we still have, we still want to win some games. I know I'm not going to quit, and I'm all in, and I know I'm going to try to keep everybody in with me.
Do you hear when you go out and go to class, go out in the community? Do you hear a lot from people?
I don't really hear much. People don't really say something to your face, but I know that there's this talk going around, but I don't really pay attention to it much. I just continue to try to play football and just do what I do best.
You're a guy who's actively tried to take a lot of this leadership responsibility on your back. Can you talk about the evolution of that as a young guy? When did you first realize that you had the opportunity to do that, maybe a need to do that, and how have you kind of gone about it since then?
I was just always grown, raised to, just be a leader, not a follower. And, that's just something my dad and my mom always put in me. But, when things go downhill, someone has to step up to the plate. And, I just look myself in the mirror and say, it could be me. And maybe I could change people's, mindset. So I feel like I just stepped in as a leader and, try to get this thing going.
You understood the past 2 weeks why in the second half your number of carries has gone down. Do you understand? I know you've said that the coaches have a plan and stuff, but afterward, when you review the tape and you talk to the coaches, do you understand why that's happening?
No, I still don't understand. I feel like I want the ball. I want to get the ball in the fourth quarter. Towards the end of the game, I feel like we could do something with it. Change the outcome of the game.
People talk about running between the tackles. Do you enjoy it when you get to run through guys you did a couple of times against Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I enjoy that. That's what I'm here recruited. I was recruited to do. And that's just what I do as a running back. I'm just a physical runner. I like to get around the corner sometimes, but I like to be physical.
Trey, how close are you to breaking a really long one? It's like a couple times every game. You're pretty close to going like 50, 60 or so.
I feel like I'm pretty close to it. I try to break every run for a long run, but when I get that chance, I just got to make that last guy miss instead of them running me to the sideline. But there's some defense, they take great pursuit angles, and I just get the most I can out of the play.
You say you still don't understand why you're not getting the ball more. You ask the coaches, is that something you guys talk about, or is that not even discussed?
I mean, before we go into the game, they always, the game plan is to get me at least 20 carries, but the game unfolds certain ways that you got to get other people the ball too, get the defense on the heels and stuff. So I'm not really 100% sure why I haven't gotten the ball much.
Do you feel like you get stronger? 20 carries, 25 carries. Do you feel like you can do that?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure I can do that. I felt really good. And, I think it was a ULM game. I got 22 carries. I felt really good. I could run all day. To me, I just with my heart and my passion, this bunch of passion, I'm just ready to do this.
How often people come up to you and say, Trey, man, why aren't you getting the ball more? Do people have to be friends, whatever? Do they ask you that?
Yeah, friends, fans. A lot of people ask me. Some people just talk to me on Twitter. They always ask why they aren't giving me the ball, but the coaches have their plan, and you can't really go against what they're trying to do.
So just to clarify, you go into games expecting the game plan said to be 20 carries a game. You expect to get 22 carries a game when you go into a game?
No, of course I expect that. If they're telling me I'm going to get that, of course I'm expect it. But, the game might unfold a different way.
You talk about running between the tackles. What about jumping guys? But it's when you're in the midst of that, is that something that you're trying to make a conscious decision? Okay, this is a good time to do that, or does it just kind of happen and you just?
It was just an instinct. I just saw John. I went through my reads, and outside till you can. I had to cut back, and John was pretty much standing up in front of me, and I couldn't get around him, and I couldn't cut back, so I just decided to go over the top. And, you know, it was just an instinct that I had.